in house. So there's like,
Okay, Carol, just unmute. All set, I'm unmuted, and I'd like to call to order this Thursday, December 18th, 2025 meeting of the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission. We have one public hearing scheduled for this evening, so I want to take a few minutes to review the process for public hearings and the current hybrid format. Actually, I think everyone is here in person tonight for commissioners. During the public hearing, the applicant will be invited to present the application, explaining to the commission and others present what is being requested. The applicant or staff will share all application materials on the screens as needed. Comments of town agencies will be read for each application if there are any. There will be clarifying questions from the commissioners. Then there will be an opportunity for clarifying questions from attendees. For Zoom attendees, please raise your hand through the Zoom platform and wait to be called on and unmuted. As this public hearing must be recorded, attendees will state their names and addresses before asking their questions. Next, those who wish to support the application may come forward, and then those who oppose the application may come forward. I think that we can roll that all into one. Again, it is necessary for speakers to identify themselves each time they speak by stating their name and address. The applicant will then have an opportunity to address any questions or concerns raised by the public or commissioners. Once the public hearing is closed, the applicant is free to leave or remain for the balance of the regular meeting, during which the commission will try to reach a decision on each application. Each applicant will be notified in writing as to the decision of this commission and has a right to appeal to Superior Court if desired. Decisions of this meeting are available the day after the meeting by calling the Land Use Department at 203-245-5631 after 9 a.m. All actions taken tonight by the commission will be by roll call. All commissioners and staff will identify themselves for the record before speaking. Seated this evening are members Mike Bugda. Max, I was going to seat you for the vacancy that we have.
let's do.
Jeff Downs, John Duza, John Morgan, Bob O'Connor, Janet Peckinpah, Andy Rubin, and myself, Carol Snow, chair. We also have Michelle Clark present here tonight with us, who's an alternate. Staff present this evening is Aaron Mannix, town planner. This meeting is live streamed on YouTube and will be made available on the town website for viewing. Additionally, I would like to ask that we treat each other respectfully throughout the meeting, and a reminder to please turn off your phones. The town planner will now read the legal notice. Aaron?
Thank you, Carol. The Madison Planning and Zoning Commission notices hereby given that the commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, December 18th, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. in Meeting Room A, Town Campus, 8 Campus Drive, Madison, Connecticut, 06443. This is a hybrid meeting, and attendees may also join via Zoom webinar through either the webinar link or call in information below. The webinar ID this evening is 915-8196-6735. The password is 452138. Dial-in number is 646-558-8656. The following application will be heard. Number 25-29 Warpus Road, map 64, lot 1, zone RU1 and RU2. The owner applicant is Ernest R. Cimino. It's a request for zone boundary change to extend the RU2 zone over the entire property, where it is currently bisected by the zone line between RU1 and RU2. Copy of this application is available for inspection in the Land Use Office. Further details on how to participate in the webinar are posted on the Town of Madison website, www.MadisonTV.org. All written correspondence can be submitted to the Land Use Department via email to landuse@MadisonCT.org. Dial 203-245-5631 for assistance. Dated at Madison, Connecticut, this 24th day of November, 2025. Carol Snow, chair. This was published once in the source on December 4th and once on December 8th, 2025.
Thank you, Aaron. So this is the first item on our agenda. Could I have a motion to open the public hearing for 25-29 Warpus Road? Motion, seconds. Look, Janet. Any discussion? All in favor? Great, we're open. Invite the applicant.
Great. Good evening. I'm attorney Ed Casella, representing Ernest Cimino, who's here tonight, who is the property owner of this property is subject of this application, which is Worpus Road, unnumbered map 64, lot 1. We've been assisted in this application by Scott Caton, who's the land surveyor, whose plan we have, if you want to pull that plan up there. And Mike Gott, the civil engineer, has also been working with Ernie on the options for this piece of property. So this is a 2.9 acre parcel of land at the intersection of Worpus and Green Hill. It's 126,000 square feet. And as Aaron described, the property right now is bisected by the zone line, which between the R2 zone on the south along Green Hill and the R1 zone on the north heading up Worpus, because the zone line comes 350 feet off of Green Hill as it goes through this portion of town. So the request is to have the parcel rezoned, essentially to have the entire parcel be located in the R2 zone. It's a beautiful piece of property. If you really can't see much of it from the road, but it's lightly wooded and then it's just an open field. It's out of the flood zone. It's not in CAM. So it's a ripe for development. The goal here is admittedly, if the rezoning takes place with 126,000 square feet, you will be able to fit two 60,000 square foot compliant lots on it. Right now, our R1 requires 80,000, so 60 and an 80 doesn't work. The second benefit is the square. Right now in the R1, it's a 200-foot square, which can probably work, but we can't meet the 80. But that square is reduced down to 175 with the R2 zone. So there's a couple of benefits to doing that. One of the things you need to look at, your plan of conservation and development, and you have a policy that I found, policy G, which is basically to look at programs, including zone changes, to meet the goals that are necessary to meet the housing demand. So this is, all we're seeking to do is take an existing zone that's on the property, cover it over the entire property with the ultimate goal of being able to provide two 60,000 square foot building lots. So that's all I have. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Situation going on.
I will make one more comment. We've done the research. Scott Caton has done the research. We do believe this is eligible for a free split because the property's been in this configuration prior to zoning and subdivision regulation. So we'll say that as well.
Thank you. Aaron, I was wondering if you could pull up, sorry, I should have asked for this meeting, for the meeting, the zoning map that shows how this was established, and why we have this situation. And I did take a look and it looks like they tried to follow some of the property lines on the north side of Green Hill as they came across, but this just didn't quite.
It appears that the 350-foot line, it runs east-west along the length of Green Hill Road. And you'll see there are multiple properties that are affected by this split zoning. And I did try to go back and look into the history as to why 350 feet was chosen, because it seemed somewhat arbitrary. And might be something that the commission wants to look at some point moving forward, because it's challenging. I can really kind of zoom in out here so you can see.
Showing it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get it ready so I didn't mess it up on screen.
And how close are you to the Neck River? Is it?
I could show you that as
that'll be on the
well.
map. Yeah.
See that too.
So this lighter color is the rural residential 1. And this is north really on the top of your screen, and this darker orangey beige is the rural residential 2, which is the smaller lot size requirement. This here is Green Hill Road as it comes all the way. And so really the zone line is limited to 350 feet from the center line of Green Hill as it travels. And so that varies throughout the properties as you head towards Killingworth. You could see a number of them, again, are in the middle of properties. But there are some, the Neck River is here, for those who are looking, for proximity. It's across the street from Warpus and runs through the back of some of those properties there. So the properties, directly to the west on Green Hill, pretty much the front lots, it does meet the rear property line here. So there could be consistency in running this along the top property line, of the RU2 zone.
Would you mind zooming in a little bit, Aaron?
Sure.
And see this property? Yeah, thanks.
Better. Would you like to see the aerial?
Sure.
Is that what you're
Oh, yeah, there it is.
looking for?
It's the yellow kind of triangle.
I say,
Your site plan is 90 degrees.
Yeah. North is,
Yeah, this is north, up here.
okay.
So this is the 300 feet from the center line. Green Hill here.
Thank
So
you.
it kind of arcs across the property, as shown on, Scott Keaton's survey.
Yeah, it's even strange that it's not a straight line across.
because of the intersection.
Right, and the road varies. I mean, it's, so it really does follow the actual center line of Green Hill.
I see. So as the.
As it meanders.
That's the point that you have to put there.
Exactly.
Got it.
Down.
Yeah.
Do we know what the historical basis for the original zoning that existed as this? How that came to be?
I mean, I think logically our more dense zoning designations are south of the post road, but with your smaller lots along the water. And, you slowly get up and this is sort of that transition from, that 1 acre density to now just about 1.5 acres before the North Madison RU1 goes all the way up to the north property, the north
Oh, I see.
town
The
boundary
tradition.
as the 80,000 square feet, which is
The more.
our
rural.
equivalent of
Yeah.
a 2 acre zoning. It's shy of 2 acres. with
Yeah,
80,000,
and the 60,000, I think, is like
It's
1.4.
about it, yeah, roughly 1.5 acres.
Someday maybe we'll.
I know, I don't know why
Yeah.
we don't use the actual
You're not alone. And you're not,
acreage
the
measurement.
town's not alone with this type of,
Aberration.
feet designation off of a road. So, and most of the properties I would assume have been built out. It's gonna be pretty rare for a situation like this one on a corner lot where, he's got enough frontage to have 2 lots, he's got enough square. And, obviously it's the southernmost part of that R1, less dense section. So it's really consistent with what's been zoned along Green Hill. So that's why we believe it's appropriate.
What's your plan for the property?
I don't know.
Congratulations.
I just retired.
Oh, I see.
Hope you build a big thing.
It's like 5 years. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Purchased in 2000. I meant to say that.
Oh, you've been holding on to it?
Yeah, well, I cleaned it up.
Cool.
Make it manageable.
Congrats on the retirement.
Yeah. Any other?
Now, was the zoning in place 2000 when you bought the house?
Yes.
Bought the property?
Yeah.
There's a house there now.
No, it's vacant.
Nothing there.
Well-
Or something.
It's improved with the shed.
I keep my lawn equipment in.
So on the whole lot that you own, there's not a house?
No.
Okay. What is that house that's on Green Hill Road?
That's the neighbor.
A butter.
Oh,
It's vacant, yeah, except for the small shed.
If I turn the zoning map off, you can see it here.
Any other questions?
so, well, I guess just to clarify then, so your property is land behind that house. That's pretty much just an open field. And there's those evergreen trees.
mowing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, beautiful. I drive there all the time.
No,
It's nice looking. There's a house with firewood and type of maple syrup off the tree. Okay.
cars.
I think
Yes.
the owner is here.
That's Jim's house.
Yeah, thank you for the way it's served.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see here, this is the wooded corner that you're referring to,
Right.
John, and yeah. And this is all vacant. There's one small shed
Small.
in the corner,
And the house that I'm thinking of is
is right here.
that. Oh, okay. That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So your property then is currently zoned for you to build really only one house, and you want to be able to build two.
That's correct. That's the request.
I included a staff report for the commission. I did supply that to the applicant as well. And it's in the application documents. If you had any questions, basically highlighting what Attorney Casella has said to you. And also just reminding the commission that when you are approving a zone boundary amendment, you're acting legislatively rather than administratively. And really have quite a bit of discretion in your decision making.
We do have a schematic of, that would show what two 60,000 square foot lots would look like. If we'd like to see it. I can
Sure,
pass it on.
yeah.
Yep, no, if I brought it up for everybody. Okay, close.
You can share your.
You can share.
It's a little, this was a schematic that was done before to try to see how close we could get to the meeting the zone and, you know, is this, we go for a variance or do we go for a zone change? So you can see there's 159,000 square foot lot and 166,000 square foot lot. So that obviously would need to change a little bit, but this just gives you an idea of where the location of those two lots would be. You have an extra one.
Thanks. Thanks.
No, I didn't.
Here. Where are you supposed to put it?
Yeah, two. Oh, just one.
Yeah, so, you know, 60,000 square feet leaves a nice piece of land,
Oh, yeah.
meet setbacks.
I just heard you say two and then I just saw the one, this just says one on the draft. That's why I said the last one.
You could put like 8 tennis courts in there.
Yeah.
So is the intention to subdivide and put two houses then? So I
Correct.
understand correctly.
That's right.
So one house here and then this another piece of land that's available.
Which one do you plan to build your house on?
Where it shows the.
One that's proposed.
The back one.
And because I can't do fast math really right now, how big are these houses intended to be?
Oh, that's conceptual. I don't, 60,000 square foot, you could have, I don't know the coverages off the top of my head, but
10%.
yeah, 10%. So you have to fit septic, you have to fit stormwater, you know, you have to meet all the criteria. But there'll be single family houses on 60,000 square foot lots, just like along Green Hill Road.
Any other questions or comments?
Yes, sure. Is what? I'm trying to phrase the question properly. What? Would there be a downside to not rezoning this property?
Yeah, well, there's a financial downside, Mr. Semino. And obviously, we would argue there's a downside to the town of Madison because you can get an extra building lot out of it that basically fits, right? 60,000 square feet along Green Hill Road is what's required. As you go north, you want more rural, but this is right on the corner. So, you know, obviously there's a huge push for housing in the state of Connecticut. You recognize that in your plan of conservation and development. And this is a nice opportunity to have another new construction.
Are there implications?
Go ahead.
Are there implications? I'm looking at the experienced members of the commission as well as Aaron. Are there implications for making a zoning change of this nature that would have future impacts to any other decisions? So are we setting precedent with this decision?
Yeah, there are other properties that have the same problem. Along that area.
How have those been handled in the past, or is this the first of this?
We haven't had any.
You're looking individually at this particular parcel, given its lot size, its location, and that's sort of where you have that legislative discretion, looking at the adjacent parcels and what their zoning, where that RU one boundary line is relating to those. As far as other properties along Green Hill Road, whether they share the same size acreage, that a shift in the zone line that are vacant or could have a house torn down, which could accommodate a subdivision after a zone boundary change, that analysis has not been done.
I mean, in Green Hill Road's always been kind of the dividing line for everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, this doesn't bother me too much as person speaking. It's a little bit of a creep here and there for, for the very big deal. I don't see adverse implications. Yeah, no. I mean, if you're saying we're gonna do this you're gonna do this on the, on the Route 80 border, now you're really starting to bring it up into a different area, but I mean, it's right there.
Any other questions or comments from the commission?
Well, were there any comments from public? I didn't see anything online.
Open it up to the public.
But again, online, because I saw the files, but I didn't see any letters or.
No, we have not received any written correspondence.
Yeah.
For this public hearing. Correct.
We had to provide notice to people within 500 feet, so it was a, there was a significant amount of people that were noticed.
Yeah, we saw the
Of
list.
this application.
Aside from the folks who are here in the room today.
Yeah.
Once we get to public comment there.
This would not be a jarring change to the community in the vicinity of the two new houses, it seems to me.
Any comments from the public
Were you asking for comments
or
or
questions?
for or against?
I can make it more formal and ask for anyone in favor or who would like to speak.
Madison, 235 Green Hill Road. Has the sap lines on these trees. It's been a great neighbor and I've enjoyed it. Just a quick comment. I'm not against this as a budding neighbor. I will just make a comment though, that any of these properties along a margin like this deal with this. For example, I can walk across the street to vote, but I can't because I'm in District 2. So I now drive 8 miles round trip to vote when I can.
That's fine.
So I mean, this is what you see. In this particular case, also, the lot it's just an open field. Ernie's done a great job with it. Truthfully, I mean, to be honest, not to be honest, just as another point, 25 years ago, we bid against each other for this property because it went out to bid. And Ernie was smart. He bid higher. As the abutter, I should have said, what opportunity can there be to buy a lot like this that abuts, that's contiguous? But anyway, I don't have an objection. Wish you luck. I think it's up to the board here to make a decision based upon where you think this will be precedent wise. And the other thing, I wanted to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Sounds like you might be able to buy the other half of the lots. And one thing.
Well, I don't know.
Make that dream come true.
A lot of maple syrup.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? And I see we have some attendees online, but I don't see any hands raised.
No, I don't either.
In that case, could I have a motion
Motion to approve?
well, first
Motion
we
to
have to
vote?
close the public hearing,
Motion to close?
move to deliberations.
Motion?
This is gonna be pretty quick.
Double motion. Second.
Okay, any further discussion? So we'll move to deliberation. We've already done a little bit of deliberation. I think it sounds like we're all comfortable with this. This
Yes.
change.
Yes, I agree.
In that case,
Well, deliberation, I guess, I mean, my only thought is this specific instance is really unobjectionable, right? So the neighbor is saying, go ahead. But bigger issue is, how does this differ from somebody else elsewhere? Saying, look, I've got a lot, it's only for only one house, but I could fit 2 houses. It would fit the, what's the saying? Character or the appearance of the neighborhood. And I get another building lot. Right?
I mean, we are setting some precedent here, I think, by making this adjustment. That said, we still take each application case by case. So I feel comfortable with that.
I mean, this is a kind of an unusual situation, right? I mean, this is a lot that
Undeveloped.
split, it undeveloped and it can be split.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot,
There aren't
a
very
lot of
many.
lots
Right.
that fit this
Can-
criteria, but we would take them on a case by case basis, right?
So typically, when you look at your zoning designations, you want some consistency. We've had some other zone boundary changes, residential to commercial. You want to look for proximity of that desired zone to the subject parcel. You know, if it's just one RU2 zone, you know, surrounded by nothing else, you know, a similar or the same zone contiguous, you might look at that and say, how is this consistent with that overall comprehensive plan here of our zoning map and regulations? So
As well as our P O C D.
yeah, you do want to look at them individually and see how it looks adjacent to other properties and where that zone line falls.
I think actually, Erin, in your staff comments gave a good summary of what we should be considering here, so I appreciate that. And that's on file. It's public.
Yes.
Sorry, Michelle, once we close the
Okay.
public hearing, yeah.
No more questions.
If you're not seated as a commissioner, so as an alternate, you can participate during the public hearing, but not in deliberations unless you're seated.
I learned that the hard way too. All right, then, could I have a motion?
I will provide.
And actually, we do have a draft. Here it is. Yes, not written. I could bring it up if Lloyd got it. And yeah, maybe you could bring it up as well, Erin, that'd be great.
Unless Janet.
You got it. You got it first.
All right, I got it.
Second on the short one.
Oh, I can second, so that doesn't mean anything. He hasn't made the motion yet.
Oh, I thought he made a motion. No, he hasn't read it yet.
It's just trying to avoid the meeting.
Okay.
All right, ready to roll? Voted that the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission approved application number 25-29, Orcas Road, map 64, lot 1, zone RU1 and RU2, owner applicant Ernest R. Semino. Request for zone boundary change to extend RU2 zone over entire property where it is currently bisected by the zone line between RU1 and RU2 based upon the following findings. 1. The relocation of the RU2 zone boundary line to the northern property line of this lot creates a uniform zoning designation across the parcel while still remaining consistent with neighboring properties. 2. It is further noted that the proposal is consistent with the Madison Planning and Conservation and Development (POCD) as shown on page 27 and 41, as the reduction of lot size requirements could open up opportunity for division and future growth of Madison's housing supply. The effective date of this approval shall be January 2nd, 2026.
Thank you. I have second, Janet. Any further discussion? All in favor? Done?
I think it'd be well done, but I respectfully dissent from the decision.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. You are welcome.
So it passed.
Thank you. Appreciate everyone's time.
Thank you.
Great holidays.
Enjoy your retirement.
Yeah. All right, I have pending applications to run through again.
You don't need me.
25-26 table to January 8th.
You too.
6, 25-30 plus a coastal site plan for 142 Boston Coast Road. Has a public hearing scheduled for January 8th, 2026. 25-27, 875 Boston Post Road. It looks like we need to table it to January 15th, 2026. So ACCA can review it. So could I have a motion to table it?
Make a motion.
That's why I said that. In a second. One other, any discussion, all in favor, so we'll table that to January 15th. And hopefully by then we hope that by then you'll have
Well, we've been there. This is our second.
the final word from ACA. Great. Next, we have 25-28 Bushnell Lane, which is, we need to schedule a public hearing for it for January 15th, 2026. Can I have a motion for that public hearing?
Sure.
Second, any discussion, all in favor?
All in favor.
Okay. Going to be a busy January. And then 25-25 coastal site plan for 117 Buffalo Bay. They have withdrawn their application and they'll be going to the zoning board of appeals. So I
Correct.
understand.
Yes.
Next on our agenda is the approval of the minutes for December 4th, 2025.
Sure, December 4th, 2025, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Members present: Snow, Puza, Butto, Maroon, Clark, Connor, and Downs. Motion for approval. Next, second. And comments, edits?
Looks good.
No, it's good to me.
Great. All right, for remarks, I just want to remind everyone that in our first meeting in January, which is January 8th,
Yes.
we'll have elections for chair, vice chair, and secretary, as is our custom, and as per statute. So, Aaron, should anyone who's interested in any of those positions let you know, and then we can
Sure.
have that on the agenda for January 8th.
Yes. And basically someone would nominate during the meeting for chair. Usually we'll do chair first and then
Chair, vice chair, and
secretary.
secretary. So think about that. Technically, I've been serving for 4 years, which coincided with one of those years was when the charter was being revised, and now their term limits for 4 years, but they start the year after that, so I technically can go one more year
Yes.
if you vote.
Big declaring?
Sounds like you're.
I'm being transparent, but I encourage anyone to think about serving as chair, vice chair, and secretary. Erin, did you have any other?
I have, a few of you are on, the Board of Selectmen agenda for Monday evening for reappointments. Carol, John Morgan, Mike Bugda, Andy Rubin, and Maxwell. So I assume you've all are all in agreement for reappointment.
Yes, no, we have been up there. It is, the timing of our appointments doesn't necessarily coincide with when our term limits are up, because we're filling slot of other people. So that's why that is up already. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm going for full time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm looking for most.
Yeah.
Unpaid promotion. Great.
Promotion, the best guy, right?
And promotions.
Yes, so Maxwell is on the agenda to fill Bob Reinhardt's vacancy,
Okay.
which I think is a 1-year vacancy.
So we'll go through it
It
again.
might be two.
Because
And then
It's just
Filling
that
his-
was the end of his.
You're
term.
filling his term.
Yeah.
And then you would be up for reappointment once that term ends.
Correct.
And so that's the one full vacancy that you have in our 9 members.
Yep.
And then we would have a vacancy in our alternates. 2 vacancies, right? We have,
I think there's still.
yes, we'll have 2 vacancies. So Michelle will be our only alternate. In that case, I don't see any new folks on at least this Monday's agenda.
Okay, great. All right then, any other comments, discussions, questions? Not, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Thank you. Second? Any discussion? All in favor? We are adjourned at 7:01.